My friends, I want to talk for a few minutes about banking.
New York. Peel away its history and you see it started not as a city or a state, but as a company town called New Amsterdam, founded and governed by Dutch businessmen. In many ways, New York has remained first and foremost a place of business, a loud, diverse, rough and tumble arena. From upstate to down, a fast, high-powered melee of battling ideas, iconic rivalries, and yes, conflicts. Yet when times get tough, somehow New York always finds a way to come together to figure things out, thanks to a succession of visionaries.
Visionaries such as Alexander Hamilton, founder of the Bank of New York, brought together the strongest attributes of business and a central treasury to set the stage for large-scale public and private investment. Hamilton's revolutionary genius was ironically his moderation, in the way he envisioned a strong federal government and a strong private financial system, both tempering each other and working together.
And then there was DeWitt Clinton, who as early as 1817 got the legislature to appropriate the then gigantic sum of $7 million to build the Erie Canal. By 1825, Governor Clinton made his way by boat from Buffalo to New York.
The business and banking community took it from there, making New York the central hub of trade between the American heartland and the world. Often enough, the exuberant boom times led to bust. The Panic of 1893 resulted in unemployment so high, some feared a second civil war, not between North and South, but class against class. It was a real New York moment when in 1894, the banker William Cornwell of the City Bank of Buffalo came along to found the New York State Bankers Association with a calm, clear letter to 200 bankers across the state, outlining a course of concerted action and pooled wisdom for financial stability. It was a letter so powerful and well-reasoned that we're all here celebrating it today, 125 years later.
The resulting New York State Bankers Association would strengthen the high position now held by the banking industry in our state. Sometimes the association's role, which is often behind the scenes, isn't necessarily noticed by the public, but the benefits to the entire nation's economy throughout its history, and especially today, can't be overstated.
The essence of leadership is to be able to bring the best and the brightest from competing political persuasions to work together. In many ways, that's what Cornwell did in founding the New York Bankers Association. He was setting a tone of mutual action that could marshal the widest diversity of talent and experience to get through even the most massive of crises. And that formula, which harnessed both competition and cooperation, got us through many difficult times.
Yes, through times of fear, through times of hope, through times of war, through times of peace, through times of depression and despair, through times of confidence and prosperity, and the defense of freedom with vision and vigor, through booms and busts, setting our sights on the loftiest goals.
We choose to go to the moon.
Toward innovation and growth. The right direction is found when rivals in business and government, through checks and balances, govern each other, knowing that reason will come to the fore, and when necessary, to the rescue, for the greater good. Because the best way to find solutions is to find common cause. Because calm resolve is what America banks on. This is the essence of the New York Bankers Association. Solving, legislating, litigating, educating, advocating, financing, envisioning, cooperating, uniting.
The genius of the American system is that despite the inevitable disagreements and discord, it allows for competing voices to be heard and solutions to be hammered out and found.
And that could mean J.P. Morgan. During the Panic of 1907, locking 24 bank presidents into the library of his 36th Street mansion and not letting them out till common reason prevailed and solutions were found.
It can mean joining forces to sell Liberty bonds to support America during 2 world wars.
It could mean Felix Rohatyn and Walter Wriston bringing banks, bondholders, municipal labor union pension funds, and politicians together to avert the catastrophe of a New York City bond default in 1976.
It could mean coming together like we all did after 9/11 and Superstorm Sandy.
Or it could mean all the things that the New York Bankers Association does in promoting education, new technology, legislative reforms, and regulatory change that make practical sense for everyone. That's the majesty of the system, one that through moderation, rather than top-down edicts, allows calm heads, experience, technical know-how, and talent to work together to solve problems in a practical way for the greater good. That's what William Cornwell envisioned when he founded the New York Bankers Association in Saratoga Springs, New York. And that's what we're celebrating today.
Ask yourself, is there a business with a more vested interest in the community than banking? A business more invested in dreams that come true? In new homes, neighborhoods, educations, and everything else that adds life to the places we all live? Here's to 125 years of the New York Bankers Association. Here's to the future.
The banking industry in New York is incredibly diverse, from the largest bank to the smallest, from global banks in the cities to local lenders upstate and every kind of bank in between. And throughout its history, the New York Bankers Association has had the foresight and the leadership to bring all of us together around one table to work together for a common goal. J.P. Morgan Chase is proud of our 125-year membership in the New York Bankers Association. At J.P. Morgan Chase, we're proud of our heritage and the role we have played in the history of our industry. We look forward to continue to work with our fellow New Yorker bankers for many years to come.